everyone, happy Halloween! But dannphan, Halloween is until the 31st.
It's always Halloween.
So in the spirit of the season, we're going to be talking about spooky series. First up, I wanted to share with you a relatively new series I've been getting into. Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun. Now this is not a particularly new series, and I probably wouldn't have even noticed that it existed if it wasn't for season 2 of the anime coming out this year. So while I was scrolling around new anime to watch, I found this and I was like, well, I'll have to start from the beginning, but it looks interesting enough. I saw Chibi recommending it, so how bad could it be? Now, when I was done watching all the anime, of course I had to switch to manga, and I was very disappointed to find out that this manga is not being officially released in the States. So like the official versions of the manga are only in Japanese. They haven't translated and brought it over here yet. Which is odd because they're dubbing the anime, but it's okay because I am fully updated on the manga. I read it through other means. Some of you might not be familiar with the series, so I'll give you a rundown. It is a shonen comedy, and it starts off leaning pretty heavy on the comedy, only to get more and more serious as we get into it. Later on, the author actually formed a plot, but this main protagonist here kinda had abusive parents who always put him to work, didn't really give him a typical teenager's life, and one day he finds that his parents actually sold him to a demon for money. So he goes to the demon dimension, and as it turns out, that demon who bought him wanted to actually adopt him as his new grandson because all the other demons were constantly bragging about their grandchildren and he didn't have any. So he was like, yeah, I'll adopt a human. So part of the comedy of how we start this series is that his life is actually better in the demon world than it was in the human world. So he gets to have a loving grandfather who actually like spoils him, which is not something that he's ever been used to. He goes to this really nice school. He makes friends. But the main thing about him is that he's human, so he doesn't really have all these abilities that demons have. And it's well known in that universe that demons eat humans, so if anyone finds out he's a human, he's in big trouble. So I think it's a pretty good setup for a decent comedy, and there's a lot of jokes that genuinely made me laugh out loud. Now this character in particular, I've seen a few people basically say that he's a Deku ripoff, and I can definitely like see it in the eyes how you could compare his design to Deku's, but the similarities basically end there. And that's not even a specific My Hero Academia style of drawing. There have been other animes with that style of eyes. My icon for this channel, I have myself drawn with those style of eyes. I mean, I've never been a huge Midoriya fan. You probably know that if you've ever seen my early My Hero Academia reviews. I don't know, he's just one of those characters that I never really clicked with. This character, on the other hand, I actually did click with a bit. So just to give you a little bit of background, this character is a total pushover, which is not something you normally see in a shonen series. He can't refuse a request because he just wants to do the nice thing to make other people happy. Yeah, I can relate to that. But they also do other great things with his character, like the fact that he had a rough life kind of leads him to being extremely grateful for the new life that he has and wanting to protect it, which is a little bit more on the nose with shonen themes. Obviously, friendship is a big shonen theme, and it's very present in this plot. I will say though, this main character has not really done a lot of shonen style fighting throughout this series. You know how in shonen animes they have the one-on-one? Yeah, you don't really get that, at least not yet in this series. Although I imagine that will change now that he has his own weapon. Obviously, you can't just give a main character a weapon and have them not use it in a fight at some point. And while he is human and can't use magic and can't do all these other things that the other demons can, I think they still did a fairly good job at making it so that he can get more powerful and making it very believable. Like, they're pretty good at not breaking any rules with what he can and can't do. And they don't just like give him bullshit power-ups all of a sudden either. And like I said, there's really no reason to give him bullshit power-ups because he hasn't really been doing that much fighting throughout this series. Now, the actual serious parts of this plot involve there being a demon king and, you know, there's no heir to the throne. The council has been trying to vote in a new demon king to be ruler of the underworld. Now, his grandfather, the guy who adopted him, was one of the candidates, but he doesn't want any of that jazz, nor do any of the other candidates, so they decide the next demon king should be, you know, young and full of spirit. We're all too old. How about we put up our grandchildren as being the runners rather than ourselves? And that's where Iruma fits into this puzzle. Now, meanwhile, there are the evil villain bad guys who want demons to return to their roots, meaning that they want demons to start acting evil again and stop being so civilized. Let's go eat some humans in the other world. So it's up to Iruma to stop them and foil their plans. So I've been enjoying a lot of the arc so far, although there is some goofiness to it. Apparently, I don't know why this is in the series. I guess they're just trying to appeal to the girl audience or the people who like cross-dressing the main characters. I've seen it in other anime that's also like comedy anime, but it seems to be an ongoing thing that they just keep returning to. Apparently, it's just a thing that every now and then Iruma will dress up as a girl and pretend to be a pop idol. So there was this whole arc based around this. I guess it's a filler arc, because I don't know what purpose it served, but just no. I don't want to see it. Please, continue with the main plot. I don't want to see this anymore. Anyway, I have been enjoying the series. I do think it's a little bit childish so far, and I hope that there's a little more maturity as the plot seems to go further ahead. And I think it's a good series to watch for the Halloween season. I will say though, if you are going to watch the anime, as I did first, be prepared, because the dub has a girl voicing the main character, and it's that annoying, scratchy voice that I don't like. I remember when I first complained about like Luffy's voice actress, and everyone was like, oh well, it's a girl who voices him in the Japanese version, so it's okay if they do a girl voicing him in the English version. So just to clarify, no, it's not a girl voicing Iruma in the Japanese version. It's a guy. They just changed it to be a girl. For the English version, for no reason. And when you do the cross-dressing jokes, they definitely don't come across as well when it is actually a girl doing the voice. They try to do a comedic scene where it's like a boy doing a girl's voice, but it is actually a girl pretending a boy doing a girl's voice, which kind of sounds awfully like a girl. I mean, even in One Piece, the woman who was voicing Luffy in the Japanese version was trying to do a whiny voice. But whenever the English voice actress tries to do a boy voice, they don't approach it the same way that Japan approached the character. They always do that same scratchy voice, and that's a different approach to a character and what a character sounds like. If one of them sounds whiny and then you go scratchy, it sounds different, and it doesn't matter if it's, oh well, they were both girls voicing the character, but I just decided to do a different voice as a girl voicing the character. Anyway, I'm not here to rant about, I'm just saying, be prepared, because I don't like those girl scratchy voices when it comes to a lot of anime dubs. So have you yourself watched or read Welcome to Demon School? Let me know what you think of the series down below in the comments section. If there are any more spooky Halloween-like series you would like me to cover this October. And if you are looking for new spooky reading material for this Halloween season, might I suggest my own comic, Sonic City Witch. It has witches, it has pumpkins, it's Halloween comic now. Link is in the description below. Check out some preview pages, and if it looks like something you would enjoy, you can buy the digital version for only $1.49. If you did enjoy, remember to like the video and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from me. I'll see you next time, guys. Till then,